Today I'm going to talk about learning to juggle. Now this isn't how to learn to juggle, this isn't a how-to video. If you want one of those, I suggest a video that isn't targeting VR. In general, not having a VR headset on your face and being able to see your hands helps the learning process. Instead, this is a autobiographical video about when I learned to juggle and why I learned to juggle. This started in middle school. We had a few minutes every day at lunch where we went outside, and I think the administration really just wanted us to experience some extra sunlight every day since we were fairly pasty. And so I found myself outside with nothing to do, and occasionally I had access to a couple tennis balls, and I slowly started practicing. I didn't know anything at the time. And eventually, just out of practice and muscle memory, I was able to juggle 2 balls, 1 hand. So, juggling is anything where you have more balls than you have hands, and that I got pretty adept at, much to the delight of my friends, I'm sure. I never was able to get 3 balls in middle school. That was sort of beyond me. But I tried again in high school. In high school, there was a club called the Juggling and Flying Apparatus Club. They really didn't want to limit themselves to just juggling. So there were a whole bunch of people who, they had balls, they had those sticks that you can juggle with, they had foxtails, they had frisbees. Although, frisbee's a brand name, so they had a novelty flying discus. And of course, in the corner, there was just a huge box of balls of all various shapes and sizes. I went every day mainly because it sounded like a fun thing to do. I didn't really interact with anybody. I just sat in the corner and tried juggling for a while, and after some time, I was able to get the hang of juggling 3 balls, so doing something like this. Now, after a while, somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, I noticed that you're juggling. You seem like you could use some pointers. Rather than doing it like this, where your hands are moving back and forward, you should do it instead side to side, so like this." The idea is that when you're juggling, presumably you're doing so to entertain someone, and that someone's usually in front of you. So when you juggle side to side, they can see the movement of the balls more clearly than if you juggle front to back, where it's sort of hard to see when the ball is moving forward or backward. So that was the one piece of advice I did get, but in general, me learning to juggle is just about practice. It is a skill that I have that I really say came all from myself and really just practice and muscle memory. And as you can see, I'm no longer in high school anymore, and I've gone years without juggling, but I'm still able to, every once in a while, pick up some balls and juggle fairly effectively. So my takeaway here is practice makes perfect, and keep on trying. So if you are interested in juggling, buy some tennis balls. That's my one piece of advice. See you next time.